Hello and welcome to Never a Truer Word, where we look at the words that people choose to use to see if they're telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And we're live for this one, which means get involved in the chat. It'd be great to see your comments, your questions, and any observations you have to say on what we're going to look at tonight. Sorry, I've just realized my laptop is not plugged in and I'm now suddenly worried that we're going to run out of power at some point very soon. Anyway, also, if you're in the replay crew, do get involved in the comments as well. And if we get enough of those, then we will be able to put together maybe another episode looking at what you guys have to say about this. And what we're looking at is Ellen Greenberg, in the case of Ellen Greenberg. Ellen was found in 2011, stabbed, I think, 20 times in her apartment, her apparently locked apartment. The official ruling was she did it to herself, which makes no sense whatsoever. In fact, Hannibal sent me a message knowing that we were doing this, saying, "Thank you for analysing this 911 call. It is one of the oddest ones I have ever heard. I look forward to hearing your analysis. I cannot imagine a scenario in which Ellen did this to herself, given the physical anatomical limitations of the human body and of the injuries." And that really is what this is all about. Now, Ellen's parents have gone, this isn't quite right. And they have been fighting for justice, 13 years now. And very slowly, recently, they are inching towards getting at least an investigation opened up again. They've been able to challenge the ruling that Ellen did this to herself. So let's hope that justice is forthcoming, because there ain't no way she did this to herself. But what happens? Well, maybe the 911 call is going to shed some light on things. The 911 call is made by her fiancé, Sam. And we'll hear Sam's telling of events all the way through the 911 call. Let's have a look at what we're looking for in 911 calls that are genuine. And what we're looking for there is a plea for specific help, an urgency there as well, and a lack of inhibition. Now, just think back to emergency calls that you've made yourself. Have you not just wanted to get the help there as quickly as possible? I have mostly, I think my 911 calls have been to report car accidents or to report fires. And that has been very, very quick. Please get the fire brigade round here to this address. There is smoke coming out of the windows, or at this point, a car has just hit another point. It looks like, there's someone injured inside. Genuine 911 calls have that. Ungenuine 911 calls, you may see signs of alibi building or distancing. This was nothing to do with me. Also, something else you see in some 911 calls, which are deceptive in nature, is overly politeness to the operator, trying to get that person to really like them through a lot of politeness. So we'll look out for that in this call. So let's have a look at the first part of this 911 call.
Now, I just walked to my apartment. My fiance's on the floor with blood everywhere.
What is the address?
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please come help
4601
now. Flat Rock Road.
Is this a house or apartment?
Oh no! Oh no! It's an apartment.
What apartment number?
Please hurry, please.
Where is she bleeding from?
I don't know. I can't tell.
So you have to calm yourself down in order to get you some help.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm looking at her right now. I can't see anything. There's nothing broken. She's bleeding. Ellie!
You don't know where she's bleeding from? Can't tell where the blood's coming from?
I think her head. I think she hit her head, But it's everywhere.
Okay,
it's everywhere.
She might have fallen. Do you know what happened?
She may have slipped. There's blood on the table. Her face is a little purple.
Okay, hold on for rescue for her. Stay on the phone.
So what have we got there then? We've got Sam starting off by saying, "Help, I need an alert," and there's something unintelligible or inaudible there. I just walked through my apartment. My fiance's on the floor with blood everywhere. The operator says, "What's the address?" And he says, 406 Flat Rock Road. Please come now. 40601. And he says, Flat Rock Road. And he says, he's asked, "Is that a house or apartment?" And it's, oh no, it's an apartment. Please hurry, please. Now, I see a couple of things in there which are genuine, which is the really straightforward answers to the address. Always a great sign of when someone's asked a factual question. What's your date of birth? what's your address that you need help? Because we can see how someone answers a question when they're being very truthful. There's no reason to lie about this whatsoever. And you can see that when he's asked the question, what is the address? He says 4601 Flat Rock Road. We also see some reassuring signs there. His first word is help. And then I think, although it's inaudible, he's quite specific about the help. He does say, please come now. And he does say, please hurry, please. So there are urgent pleas for help in there. However, got some worries about this as well. Now, the first thing he says is a stutter on the word I, or the first thing he says after help, he says, I need a, and when we stutter on the word I, it's really, really telling. When we say I, something, we're joining ourselves to it. Psychologically, we're bonding ourselves to what's there. And he's not saying that Ellen needs this help. He's saying, I need this help. And he's stuttering on that I needs this help. And then instead of saying what the problem is, which he elucidates further on down, he does say what's wrong with Ellen. The first thing he gives of any information about what's happened is what he was doing. I just walked through my apartment. It's not very clear, but it's I just walked through. So why is he? Jay, thanks for the comment on the glasses. I've been looking at all these comments of people talking about the actual words, and Jay makes one on the glasses. Cheers, mate. I just walked through is the very first thing that he introduces. Is this story building? I think it could be, and it's the I just. So that's him saying this has just happened. He wants to get across for some reason, and this is more important for him to tell the operator than what help is actually needed. What is wrong with Ellen is what he's done and what he's done recently. And what he's saying here is that he's just come across this. Why is that important for him to tell us? So look, I always go through these things looking for data points. So I don't just go, right, he's used the word I just, and he stuttered on I, he must be guilty. That's not for me. What I do is I build up points, data points. So I've got some reassuring data points here, and that he does have a sense of urgency in the way that he started up the call, and he does say what kind of help is needed. But I've got a big red flag on the fact that he starts off by saying what he's done. You know, what's on the screen now is the very opening part of the call. And you can see first that he says, I just walked through somewhere, before he says, my fiancé's on the floor with blood everywhere. You'll notice that there's no condition given to the fiancé specifically. It's just she's on the floor with blood everywhere. The operator asks him, where is she bleeding from? And he says, I don't know. I can't tell. She's. Now, what we've got here is something to watch for all the way through this call. And that is that whenever he's asked a specific question about the condition of Ellen, he doesn't have the answer to hand straight away. It's always, I don't know. So where is she bleeding from? I don't know. I can't tell. She's. And the operator does that thing that we hear the operator do a lot in 911 calls. You have to calm down so I can get you some help. And here, do we have ingratiating himself with the operator here? You'll notice as well, and I'll play it again, his voice changes slightly and he goes very calm and he says, I'm sorry. She, I don't know. I'm looking at her right now. She, I can't see anything. She doesn't, there's nothing broken. She's Ellie. Now, all sorts of half thought through, half voiced thoughts there. I'm looking at her right now. I don't know, is what he's saying. You know, he's trying to give the impression, or maybe it's a realistic impression, that he has just found this and the very first thing he's done is call 911. But these are half-baked thoughts here. She, I can't see anything. He says, I can't see anything. Then he says, she doesn't. He doesn't finish that. But then he says, there's nothing broken. Now, if he can't see anything, how does he know there's nothing broken? Or is this what's going on here, that he can't see anything wrong with her, bar all this blood? He does say she's bleeding. And he shouts, Ellie. The operator says, you don't know where she's bleeding from. And he says, Ellie, I think it's her head. Now, again, he's asked a specific question about her condition, and he doesn't have a specific answer in this at all. He says, I think it's her head. I think she hit her head. I think. So this is all thinking. It's something inaudible everywhere. It's everywhere. So yeah, again, Specific question, and he doesn't have the specific answer to what's in front of him. Then this is interesting. The operator says, "Do you know what happened?" And Sam says, "She may have slipped. There's blood on the table. Her face is a little purple." Now he's asked, "Do you know what happened?" There's a yes/no question for you. Do you know what happened? Yes, I know what happened. No, I don't know what happened. Sorry, no, I don't know what happened. And he hasn't said that. He doesn't go, "I don't know what happened." He says, "She may have slipped." So once again, he's asked a very specific question and he gives one of these vague, "I don't know" answers. She may have slipped. There's blood on, and he's obsessed with the blood that's everywhere. There's blood on the table and her face is a little purple. And then he's told, "Hold on for rescue." Let's have another listen to that.
I need everything now. I just walked into my apartment. My fiance's on the floor with blood everywhere.
What is the address?
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please come help now.
4601
Flat Rock Road.
Is this a house or apartment?
Oh no! Oh no! It's an apartment.
What apartment number?
Please hurry, please.
Where is she bleeding from?
I don't know. I can't tell.
No, sir, you have to calm yourself down in order to get you some help.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm looking at her right now. I can't see anything. There's nothing broken. She's bleeding. Ellie!
You don't know where she's bleeding from? Can't tell where the blood's coming from?
I think her head. I think she hit her head, but it's everywhere.
Okay, so
it's everywhere.
She might have fallen. Do you know what happened?
She may have slipped. There's blood on the table. Her face is a little purple.
Okay, hold on for rescue for her. Stay on the phone.
Thanks for the comments, by the way, from Sheila and Charlotte. Yeah, questions. How does he know that she slipped? And how does he know there are no bones broken? For someone who can't answer those questions when he's asked about condition very definitely at all, he seems to know a hell of a lot. Right, let's listen to another part of the call.
Fire Department 842. What's the address? No,
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please hurry.
4601 Flat Rock.
Yes.
What's wrong?
I went downstairs to go work out. I came back up. The door was latched. My fiance's inside. She wasn't answering. So after about a half hour, I decided to break it down. I see her now just on the floor with blood. She's not responding.
Okay, is she breathing? Look at her chest. I need you to calm down, and I need you to look at her chest. It's really.
I really don't think she is.
Listen to me. Someone's on the way. Look at her chest. Is she flat on her back?
She's on her back. So I bring her.
Look at her chest and tell me if it's going up and down, up and down.
I don't see her moving.
Okay, so what did we have there then? The next operator says, "What's the address?" Once again, we've got a really straight answer. What's the address? 40601 Flat Rock Road. Please hurry. And he's asked to confirm, and he answers very quickly, yes. And then it gets really interesting. He's asked, "What's wrong?" And instead of talking about the condition of his fiancé, the person that needs help, he tells us his story. Sue sums it up. Yeah, trying to create an alibi already. And I agree with you. That's what this sounds like. What's wrong? Not my fiance is passed out. My fiance appears to be unconscious. There's lots of blood around. Instead, it's my. So he's nervous here. He's deciding what it is he's going to say. He starts thoughts and stops them. My. And then he says, "I went downstairs to go work out." In answer to the question, what's wrong, when there is someone who needs real help in front of him, he answers, "I went downstairs to go work out. I came back up. The door is latched. My fiance's inside. She wasn't answering. So after about half an hour, I decided to break it down. I see her now just on the floor with blood. She's not responding." Wow. So it takes him a long time to get to what's wrong. My fiance's on the floor with blood. She's not responding. Interesting. He doesn't say what she's not responding to. He says, I see her now. So he's talking about that particular time. What happened in that half hour? Is this something to do with that? Because time gets mentioned quite a lot in this. She wasn't answering the door after about half an hour, and I see her just now. Now, look at the tenses as well in here. I went downstairs to go work out, past tense. I came back up, past tense. The door is locked, or latched, present tense. My fiance's inside, present tense. Why is this mix up in tense going on here? I really, really don't like this part of the answer. This is red flag city, mainly because the question is, what's wrong? And instead of saying what's wrong, he says what he was doing. Anne says, I have listened to this call many times and I haven't picked up on what he is saying right now. It makes so much sense. And I'm glad that I can bring something to this, because really, that one really, really gets me. If I've seen some reassuring things, and even here, we've got a please hurry when he's talking to the next operator. But my God, that what's wrong? And then I went downstairs to work out is a huge red flag. The operator says, okay, is she breathing? And he says, she, I. So once more, specific question about the condition of Ellen, and he has no answer. And this is really, really important, this next bit. Look at her chest. And he says, I don't think she, I really don't think she is. The operator tells him one more time, look at her chest. Is she flat on her back? And he says, so that we need to bear in mind here what he can see. She's on her back. So he's saying there in black and white that he's looking at her and she's on her back. And he says, but there's, right? So he's avoiding answering the question about the breathing again. The operator says, look at her chest and tell me if it's going up and down, up and down. And he says, I don't see her moving. So what we've got here is looking at her chest, and he says, I don't see her moving. Now, he doesn't say, I don't see her chest go up and down. He just says, I don't see her moving. But he can tell us right now that he can see that she is on her back, and he doesn't see her moving. Someone to listen to that.
Fire Department 842. What's the address? No,
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please hurry.
4601 Flat Rock.
Yes.
What's wrong?
I went downstairs to go work out. I came back up. The door was latched. My fiance's inside. She wasn't answering. So after about a half hour, I decided to break it down. I see her now, just on the floor with blood. Like she's not responding.
Okay, is she breathing? Look at her chest. I need you to calm down, and I need you to look at her chest. It's really.
I really don't think she is.
Listen to me. Someone's on the way. Look at her chest. Is she flat on her back?
She's on her back. So I bring her.
Look at her chest and tell me if it's going up and down, up and down.
I don't see her moving.
Okay, two things I want you to remember from that bit is what's wrong, and he tells us what he did, and also that he can see that she's on her back, and he's looking at her and saying, I don't think she's moving.
Do CPR.
I don't.
Okay, I can tell you what to do, okay, until they get there. I want you to keep her foot on her...
God.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, okay.
Are you willing to do CPR with me over the phone until they get there?
I have to, right?
Okay, so get her flat on her back, bare her chest, okay? You want to rip her shirt off. Okay? Kneel down by her side.
Oh, my God. Ellie, please.
Listen, you can't freak out, sir, because you
okay, I'm trying not to. Her shirt won't come off. It's a zipper. Oh, my God. She stabbed herself.
Where?
She fell in a knife. Oh, no, her knife's sticking out.
Her what?
There's a knife sticking out of her heart.
Oh, she stabbed herself?
I guess so. I don't know where she fell on it. I don't know.
Okay, well, don't touch it.
Okay, so I just let her down here now? I mean, what do I do?
No, I mean, you can't. If the knife is in her chest, it's going to be kind of hard for you to do CPR at this time.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Police, which operator? 277.
Is someone coming here?
Wow. So He's asked, okay, do you know how to do CPR? He says, I don't. There we go. We've got, once again, a really simple, crisp, clear answer when it's a fact. Yeah. Do you know how to do CPR? I don't. So she says, I'm going to tell you what to do, okay? I want you to keep her. And he goes, oh, God. The operator says, hello. He's like, yeah, hi, okay. Like this is some casual conversation. The operator says, we're going to do CPR with me over the phone. So, and he says, I have to, right? Shiloh says it all here. I guess I have to. He should want to do anything to save her life. And he almost sounds like he's chuckling. He certainly sounds reluctant to do it, doesn't he? He certainly does sound like he's reluctant to do CPR. Inhibition, I think, is what that is called. And that's not great to see in a 911 call. The operator says, okay, get her flat on her back, bare her chest, rip her shirt off, kneel down by her side. And he doesn't say he's doing that. He just goes, oh my God, Ellie, please. He's told, you can't freak out, sir. He says, I'm trying not to. I try. The shirt won't come off. It's a zipper. Oh my God, she's stabbed herself. Now, bear in mind, in the part we listened to before, he said that he was looking at her on her back and she wasn't moving, but he didn't see the knife. How does that work? Because he's going to say there's a knife sticking out of her chest. In fact, it's in her heart. But when she was lying down and the chest wasn't moving, he didn't spot the knife. How on earth does that work? And then he just starts making the most bizarre guesses. He's asked where, and he doesn't say where. He said, again, it's a story. She fell on a knife, and that is said with exact preciseness. Not maybe she has, or I think she has. She fell on a knife. Oh no. And then he says, her knife is sticking out. Not there's a knife sticking out, but he gives ownership of the knife to Ellie. Why is that? I mean, if Ellie had a specific knife that was hers that she used around the house and was known as her knife, I could get it. But right now, at this point in time, does he know that is what's there? Her knife is sticking out. It's a knife that he's giving her ownership of. Was she using it earlier on that day? Is that why he is calling it her knife? The operator picks up on this, her what? And he says, there's a knife sticking out of her heart. Now, I'm a layperson. I'm not a medical expert. I would not know where a knife was within someone, but he seems very exact about this. He's got these two exact things. She fell on a knife. There's a knife sticking out of her heart. Then the operator throws him a line. She stabbed herself? And he says, I guess so. I don't know whether she's fell on it. I don't know. He's gone from she's fallen on it to I don't know whether she's fell on it. I don't know. He's then told, well, don't touch it. And he says, okay, I'll just let her lie here. I mean, what do I do? If the knife's in her chest, it's going to be pretty hard for you to do CPR at this time. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Okay, is someone coming here, is what he says there. Kitty, why would you assume someone stabbed a loved one? I go right to the break-in assumption at first. Maybe some of that will become a little bit clearer in the call, Kitty, but he does seem to be not just making assumptions, but saying them with certainty. Jen, I have no idea how the heck they got away with saying this is, that Ellen did this to herself. Me, neither. I know there's a whole load of evidence, about 20 different stab wounds that just could not have been done by one person on themselves. But even in the way this call is gone, yeah, that doesn't sound like it either. Just listen to that part of the call again.
I have to do CPR.
I don't.
Okay, I can tell you what to do, okay, until they get there. I want you to keep her foot
Oh,
on her...
God.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, okay.
Are you willing to do CPR with me over the phone until they get there?
I have to, right?
Okay, so get her flat on her back, bare her chest, okay? You want to rip her shirt off. Okay? Kneel down by her side.
Oh, my God. Ellie, please.
Listen, you can't freak out, sir, because you
Okay, I'm trying not to. Her shirt won't come off. It's a zipper. Oh, my God. She stabbed herself.
Where?
She fell on a knife. Oh, no. Her knife's sticking out.
Her what?
There's a knife sticking out of her heart.
Oh, she stabbed herself?
I guess so. I don't know where she fell on it. I don't know.
Okay, well, don't touch it.
Okay, so I just let her hear now. I mean, what do I do?
No, I mean, you can't. If the knife is at her chest, it's going to be kind of hard for you to do CPR at this time.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Police, which operator?
277.
Is someone coming here?
I agree with all your comments. Yeah, Sue, I'm no expert in that sort of thing, but yeah, the acting in that seems really dodgy. Let's go on to more of the call.
You said 4601 Flat Rock, right?
Yes.
Okay, someone's on the way. And the knife is still inside?
Wait, so what?
The knife is still inside of her?
Yes, I didn't take it out.
Was it her chest or what area?
It's in her chest. It looks like it's right in her heart.
Okay, someone's on the way out there. Okay, just get.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Okay,
how old is she?
She's 27.
27, and there's no sign of life at all. Like,
No, please don't be. What?
Pinch her under her arm and tell me if she responds to pain.
She's Ellie. She's not. Her arm, her hands are still warm. I don't know what that means, but there's blood everywhere. I mean.
I know, but you can't. And the knife is still inside of her. How far? Can you see how far it went in?
It looks pretty deep.
Okay.
It looks it's a long knife.
Don't touch anything.
Yeah, don't touch anything. Okay.
I'm not touching anything. I can't believe this stuff.
So wait, it was just you there with her?
We're the only ones here.
So a lot happening there. Once again, he's asked the address, and it's just a yes answer. Very simple, crisp, clear answer. Factual questions where there's no point in lying and there's no need to lie. Really shows how someone tells the truth, and that's what we've got here. He's asked, he's told, okay, someone's on their way, and the knife is still inside. And he says, is the what? And this is a question to a question. Look, it's manic. There's a lot going on. Maybe he didn't hear, but when we do hear a question to a question, this is potentially someone buying thinking time to think about what it is that they're going to say. If this is deceptive, then when someone is deceptive, they will make up a story and they will think they've got all the angles covered, but then someone will ask them a question in real life, and that's then really hard. I don't have an answer for this. And before I can make up an answer for this, I've got to make sure that what I'm going to say is right and fits in with the facts as we know them, and the story that I've told before could be what's happening there. She repeats the question. The knife is still inside of her. He says, yeah, I didn't take it out. The operator says, in her chest or what area? He says, chest. It looks like it's right in her heart. Okay, someone's on their way. Oh my God. Oh my God. Another factual question. How old is she? She's 27. And there's no sign of life at all. And he says, no, please don't be. What? Now, again, he's asked about the condition, and you can see that whenever he's asked about the condition, he's just not very certain. He really needs to think it through or kind of avoid the question or say, I don't know. When he comes to this, he's very reluctant to say anything about Ellie's condition, much less reluctant to say theories. She may have slipped. She stabbed herself, but very reluctant to talk about her condition. And when he's asked to intervene, then he's very interesting. He pinch her under her arm or somewhere she responds to pain. She's Ellie. She's not. Her arms are still, or her hands are still warm. I don't know what that means, but there's blood everywhere. And again, he hasn't said that he's actually pinched to find if there is any response or anything like that. All he's saying is that that there's blood everywhere. He's asked the knife inside of her, do you know how far it went in? And he says, it looks pretty deep. Now, that's much more certain than a lot of the things he's been asked about this. There, it looks pretty deep. There's some crosstalk, and he says, it's a long knife. It's said with certainty, it's a long knife. It's not, it looks like it's a long knife. He says with certainty, it's a long knife. How does he know that? Does this match up with it's her knife? Does he know a lot about the knife? Interesting. He's told, don't touch anything, okay? He says, I'm not touching anything. And we know that because he's been really reluctant to do CPR. He doesn't even want to pinch her arm to see if there's any response. I'm not touching anything. This is, I can't believe this. And then he's asked, okay, was it just you with her? And he says, we're the only ones here, is what he says, which seems quite straightforward. Was it just you with her? And well, actually, is it straightforward? I've just noticed there. Is it just you there with her? Yes, it's just me there. But no, he joins it up and says, there's two of us here. There are two of us here. It's me and her. We're the only ones here. Let's have another listen to that part.
All right, you said 4601 Flat Rock, right?
Yes.
Okay, someone's on the way. And the knife is still inside?
Wait, so what?
The knife is still inside of her?
Yes, I didn't take it out.
Was it her chest or what area did
It's in her chest. It looks like it's right in her heart.
Okay, someone's on the way out there. Okay, just get.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Okay,
how old is she?
She's 27.
27, and there's no sign of life at all. Like,
No, please don't be. What?
Been turned to her arm and tell me if she responds to pain.
She's Ellie. She's not. Her arm and her hands are still warm. I don't know if that means, but there's blood everywhere. I mean.
I know, but you can't, and the knife is still inside of her. How far? Can you see how far it went in?
It looks pretty deep.
Okay.
It looks it's a long knife.
Don't touch anything.
Yeah, don't touch anything. Okay.
I'm not touching anything. I can't believe this, though.
So wait, it was just you there with her?
We're the only ones here.
Sheila has a comment here saying he's calm for some questions and then he switches. Yeah, I noticed that as well, that he is certain things make him very skittery and juttery with his answers, and other things he's a lot more calm in them. It maybe be interesting just to look through the call and see what it is that he's calm about and what it is that makes him stutter and not give very clear answers. Here's the last part of the call.
In the door, you said latched it shut?
No, I went downstairs to work out, and when I came back up, the door was latched.
Oh.
Like it was, it wasn't like it was, it was like locked from the inside, and I'm yelling, so I'm
was
yelling.
Your house broken into?
No.
So there's no sign of a break-in?
No sign of a break-in at all. I mean, there will be when you get here because I had to break the latch, but to get in.
Okay, 4601 Flat Rock, and this is a house, right?
It's an apartment. Apartment.
Okay, that'll help.
Oh my God. All right, thank you. Bye.
And that is the call. So what happens in the last part there? He's asked, she ran out the door, you say, and latched it shut. And he says, no. And then he stutters on the I went downstairs to work out. No, I went downstairs, just go downstairs. But he has to tell us that he went downstairs to work out. And when I came back up, the door was latched. Like it wasn't like, I wasn't like, it was like locked from the inside, and I'm yelling and I saw what's going on there. How does he know it was locked from the inside? I don't know. Does he, or when he's there, why does he know it was locked from the inside? Why doesn't he just think the door is locked somewhere? Don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of that door. But again, he seems to be giving away a little bit more knowledge about what has gone on than he wants to convey here. Again, he's making sure that this story, he repeats, I went downstairs to work out. When I came back up, the door was latched like it was locked from the inside. The operator says, was your house broken into? And he says, no. How does he know? How does he know his house wasn't broken into? I don't know. I don't have the answers to that question. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened, but he's very definite that the house wasn't broken into. No. The house was not broken into. He's asked, no sign of a break-in. He says, no sign of a break-in at all. Now, how does he know? Because in his telling of the story, he's just walked into the apartment. He's found Ellen there and he's called 911. Has he scanned all the windows? Maybe the break-in, there was a break-in and the person shut the door after them. He just is, again, very definite. No sign of a break-in at all. I mean, when you get here, there will be, because I had to break the latch but to get in, which is like, fair enough. And then I don't appear to have anything else on the call there to show you, but I know that he did do at the very end. Thank yous. It was very much ingratiating there. Thank you. Let's have a listen to that part again. If you're in the live chat, let us know what you think about is in this call. Let me know if it reassures you. I've seen reassuring signs myself that he does seem to want help urgently, that he does seem to want some sort of help, but I've seen a lot of red flags as well. So let's see what you guys think.
In the door, you said latched it shut?
No, I went downstairs to work out, and when I came back up, the door was latched. Like it was, it wasn't like it was, it was like locked from the inside, and I'm yelling, so I'm
Was
yelling.
your house broken into?
No.
So there's no sign of a break-in?
No sign of a break-in at all. I mean, there will be when you get here, because I had to break the latch, but to get in.
Okay, 4601 Flat Rock, and this is a house, right?
It's an apartment. Apartment.
Okay, that'll help.
Oh my god. All right, thank you. Bye.
Right. Let's see what you guys think then. So we've got Shari, the medical examiner, rules a homicide, then admitted law enforcement urged the medical examiner to change to the fact that Ellen did it for herself. That's what I have heard as well. I mean, I've seen the diagrams of the knife wounds and so on, and it just does not add up. There's something seriously wrong here, and I do hope Ellen's parents do get the chance to challenge this. Sue says the scene was cleaned and there was a big cover up from all I know. He will never get charged, but I hope the family get resolved. Kitty, a lawyer would be the last thing I'd have on my mind as processing a loss. Yeah, this was the interesting one I wanted to look at as well from Shari. Yeah, apparently he did call people in that half hour before he called 911. There were some interesting calls from Sam there. Erin, no messing about. Erin has, there's a lot there in that call, isn't there? Even just looking at his words to say, there's some stuff going on there. He seems to have the real want to build an alibi as to where he was when this went down. He was downstairs working out. He really wants to give this immediacy, especially at the start of the call. Like, I've just walked in and I've discovered all of this as well. And then he is very strange. At being asked about the condition of the body seems to put him on edge rather than providing answers that would help with the help. We're getting the emergency help to the guy. Sheila, I saw a reconstruction of someone trying to do this. It was almost impossible. I can imagine. I've only seen the diagrams, Sheila, but absolutely, yeah. Sleuthy, he gave us his alibi in the call first thing. I mean, that was the biggest red flag to me. It was the very first thing he talks about is what he was doing. I just walked in. And then when he's passed on to the second operator, that big one, what's wrong? And he tells us what he did. That is a huge red flag. We have the way he said bye at the end of the call. And I think was it Sheila that said earlier, he's up and down, very stuttery and stammery at points, and very calm as well. At other times. I do have a comment as well, which we got on YouTube from Afton. Let me just find that one. Afton says, the half hour of thumb twiddling while he's waiting for her to answer the door stands out. His first thought when he mentions the knife is that she stabbed herself. Most people want to mentally avoid worst case scenarios, and he's jumping straight into the worst one. Which is, I think, a great thought. Then he backs off that first one into the accident theory. Yeah, Afton, I got that as well. And Cheryl says, such a strange 911 call. So he thinks she felt a knife straight into her heart and she's found on her back. I can't visualize how that could ever happen. Yeah, his guesses at what happened, but he's very sure about those guesses, don't seem to scan with everything else. Also, what was he doing for that half hour that he wasn't answering the door? Yeah, he never talks about that whatsoever in the call. He says that he was downstairs working out. He doesn't tell us what he did for that sort of missing half hour. He just says, well, I don't know. He doesn't tell us what he was doing. He was just found the door locked, and doesn't tell us that he tried to call her, that he knocked on the door. He doesn't mention any of that whatsoever. Have we got any more comments here? Pammy, there was one of those injuries that knocked the spinal cord, making it impossible for the final blow to her own chest. if the self-harm is the mode. No, I really don't think that self-harm is there. And we have Cavlaw. Was he wearing his workout clothes? Don't know. I try and, this is going to sound a bit strange, but I try and avoid as much evidence as I can so that I don't get taken down those roads. And I only look at the words, and the words are enough to get me. Tattletales, Wendy gave her alibi straight away about making oatmeal, getting bourbon, etc. Yeah, it's that thing of what happened, and he just talks about going to work out, or what's wrong, and he talks about going to work out. Now, that's not what is wrong. That is for some need. He wants to get that story out there first. Sheila, she was moved through when the police arrived. She was propped up. Yeah, she wasn't on her back then, Sheila, was she? And Charlotte, did they measure his steps like Alec when he's asleep on the couch? I don't know, Charlotte. Not a clue. Sleuthy, just because the door was locked, why did he think something was wrong? He doesn't explain that in that call whatsoever. Tattletales, I'm familiar with 911, and this definitely sounds suspicious. Yeah, I have an entire playlist in this channel of 911 calls. The vast majority of them are suspicious, and they all have some element, sorry, not just suspicious, have led to convictions, have led to people being found guilty of doing the crime that they were calling in to report. The vast majority of them have alibi building inside the call. Right. That is it. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll maybe do another live one soon, because the comments, etc., they have been absolutely fantastic. And if you're watching on replay as well, then do get involved in the comments below, or get in touch on social media. I'll put all the links in the show description, because I really think this is a case that is really worth highlighting. It's really worth keeping the momentum up on this one as well, because let's hope that there is soon justice for Ellen. It is going forward very slowly, but it does look as if it is at least going forward. And we'll see you again soon for something new from Never a Truer Word. Bye-bye.